Hello, everyone. I've got Ned Pyle here with me. He is a principal program manager in the Microsoft Windows Server Cloud and Enterprise Engineering Group. And I hope that the title of this chat grabbed your attention, Accelerate Your IT Career, because Ned has some awesome information to share with us. So welcome, Ned. I'm really glad you're here.
Hi, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Clearly you got the Fur Buddies tweet mention with your background there. That's perfect. Glad you're playing along at home. Absolutely. So I wanted to know, how did this become a passion of yours, accelerating IT careers?
It started with me just getting to a point in my career where I wanted to figure out where the next level was. And I sat there and distilled down for a blog post that I wrote. It's like a one-page blog post, maybe 10 years ago, what the four things was that I thought that would organize my thoughts. And then I had some, individual techniques to go with those four major pillars. And I made this blog post and I wrote it and I sort of just, that was it. Write a blog post. And then I started finding out people were like actually using this thing and printing it out and making it into sort of required reading for new hires and stuff inside and outside Microsoft. And then a friend of mine who runs a big part of the internal Microsoft conference called Ready just rang me up one day and said, "I've signed you up to do a session on this blog post you wrote." I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "It's going to happen. So either you can not show up or, there's going to be nobody standing there, but you're doing it." And so I had to go out to Vegas and I had to, sort of make it into a real presentation with real, meat to it. And that's really what drove me forward about 3 years ago to make this my, my extra important thing I wanted to hand out to help with.
That's fantastic. You remind me of a phrase someone told me about once in Microsoft about being voluntold to do something. It's like you volunteer, but actually you're being voluntold to do that session at Ready. But I know that there's even more of a story about that. You gave those sessions, and what happened after some of those sessions? Didn't some people want your help?
Yeah, I did one, and I do lots of conference stuff at Microsoft, and when we were in person, I would usually get a few people to come up afterwards and ask me questions about something I was talking about, some technical talk. And after this one, I had like 50 people standing in line waiting to talk to me for about an hour because they really wanted to talk about their careers. And then I suddenly had like all these emails and phone calls and folks, and I really wanted to sort of expand that mentoring opportunity. So I started doing it all the time. Like every conference I could, I would do it and try and expand that grouping a little bit. And everybody, I couldn't talk to hundreds of people or be a mentor for hundreds of people. And I probably wouldn't even be a good mentor for a bunch of them. So it was useful for me to help refine this. But also they were just finding it useful enough and landing enough for them that they would sometimes just sort of call me out of the blue and tell me I did some of this stuff and it worked. So thanks.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about those four pillars? Because I know everyone would like to get that same inspiration from you.
Sure. They're really just these four things come down to discipline, your technical powerhouse sort of attitude, your ability to communicate, and the legacy that you leave behind with your work. And they're really these. I mean, the advice here isn't necessarily even like IT advice. A lot of it is just about having good technique for your career. The discipline one, I think, is probably the one that I try to emphasize the most to talk about because it's about things that are nothing to do with IT. I mean, they would apply anywhere in any sort of, other kind of engineering role or, deployment or organizational role, anything like that. Right. But it's about, sponging up information. And instead of being an expert at one thing, to the point where you sort of become bored of life. I know you've had this experience yourself where you become the person to go to for a issue. Yes. And you get trapped inside of that, right? And some people actually seem to try to turn it into a career where they can't be fired anymore because they know this one thing, but you always know that person, you always remember that person as being like deeply unhappy with their life and sort of not fun to work around and not fun to be around because they've trapped themselves. And so this idea that you are good at a few things, I mean, really good at a few things and decent at a bunch of things, and the ability that you just keep moving along where you say, like, okay, I've gotten really good at this. I'm going to give this to someone else. I'm going to give the skills. I'm going to impart the knowledge. I'm going to train somebody. I'm going to help somebody become good at this so that I can, be part of like the chain of helpfulness inside of an organization, but also so that I stop having to deal with it all the time
Yeah.
and move on to my next thing I want to be good at and my next thing I want to be good at. Because if you get really good at one thing, it's very easy to get stuck in that one thing. And you wake up 30 years later and you've done nothing else.
You are definitely speaking to me right now for sure because, plus I like to challenge myself, right? Because, I love doing SharePoint work and I will always do SharePoint work, but I also really love now learning Power Apps and I love doing things in Power Automate. And of course, I love Teams, right? Obviously, that's
Sure.
what I do every day, but I feel like it's okay. What you're doing is you're giving permission to all of us to learn, to be
Yeah.
continuous learners, and I know that's part of what is in your process there. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. I mean, I came to Microsoft 16 years ago as a contractor to do Active Directory support for 1 year. And I went from being a contractor to sort of, fighting my way to being a full-time employee, and then working on Active Directory and support in escalations for years and years. And in that time, you work in support, it's a real grind of a gig. I mean, it's one of the hardest jobs in technology is the support because it's deeply personal. You're having a lot of communication and relationships with customers or people you have to work with, outside who are using your products. But also, you have very little control over the product itself. So you're in a constant sort of battle to be helpful and useful, while the person itself that you're working with is very unhappy. They're happy to talk to you, and that gave me a lot of good skills around communication. It gave me a lot of good skills around good problem solving and being logical in your head, that technical powerhouse stuff. And then you evolve that to you reach a point in your career where you're like, I think I've had about enough of this. I need to do something else. And you can, in technology field, in the IT field, you really can make those radical leaps. So obviously you said I'm a principal program manager. I work in Windows Server. I work on storage and remote file systems and replication, and none of that has anything to do with Active Directory. And I've been here for almost a little over 8 years now.
Yeah.
So even inside Microsoft, I've done like career changes inside Microsoft that are almost, I use all of that previous stuff to get here, but I didn't, come here to be a PM. I didn't come
Right.
to Microsoft as a PM.
Right. You really call it something that I think is important, and that's the art of reinvention. I have reinvented myself multiple times in my technology career, thinking I was leaving my technology career to go be a creative director and then ultimately coming back. And I feel like right now is also another opportunity moment where if you're doing some work as an IT pro that you're not enjoying at least 75% of the time, look up and look around because there's so many opportunities and new areas that are being born right now that you can go into that can be meaningful and enjoyable. I'm blessed. I get up every day. I love what I do, but it's been very intentional. I have created this career and this gig that I have today for myself with a lot of thought, actually, and quite a bit of hard work. And so I know that you talk about that, especially when you're talking about communication skills. And I'd love for you to tell us a little bit about your take on communication as an IT pro.
I think most people, including myself, are pretty lousy at conversation as opposed to like talking to each other, right? Like the idea that you are actually listening to what somebody's saying as opposed to just waiting for your turn to talk.
Yes.
Get your
Right.
tremendous idea in front of everybody, so everybody will know exactly how smart you are. And I do this all the time, and it's a constant battle for me. The ability to have conversations, and the ability to turn that into, that ability to converse and turn it into the ability to present or train or teach. There's a lot of useful technique that this is not something that you're born with unless you're somebody famous like Gandhi or MLK or somebody who's, a born speaker. I'm not a born speaker. And the ability to teach yourself, you can go through a variety of things. You can go through Toastmasters. I mean, there's a variety of programs out there that you can go through to teach yourself the best ways to have conversations with people, the best ways to feel comfortable talking to people. It's critical for a career because no matter how good you are technically, if you can't show anybody or interact with anybody about that, you're not really going to go any further than that person who holds on to the one thing and never lets go, right? You're just a little island in the middle of your organization.
No, you're so right. And I just appreciate that you're bringing these issues to the fore. I mean, this is a technology conference and we want people to be building their skills, but we also want to make sure that people focus on their journey. Right? Some of us can get, myself included, can get so busy with actually doing the work that we forget that we're actually on a path and it's a career of our own making. And if we take that ownership, we can have a much better time of it. So I appreciate your passion on this, Ned. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
Great. That's great. So, for those of you out there who are thinking about this, you're going to be able to join us out on the Microsoft technical community. You can join different forums on our products to start learning and exploring different things. And we're going to have a whole track there for you that's going to help you learn some of these career development skills based on Ned's work, my own work, and many others who are interested in this. So this is just a great time. I want to remind all of our viewers that we've got a lot of resources for learning. You can also go into the learning zone right here at Microsoft Ignite. We've got courses and modules to skill up knowledge on Microsoft Learn and resources for all of our digital breakouts. But the most important resource in this community is actually the people in it. So make sure that you're connecting out there on that technical community. Now,